So what kind of interviews are you doing?
About the how they are leaving the lockdowns, lockdown,
Yeah.
and how it is influenced the theater. My pronunciation is very bad in English. I am pronounced always like a French. So sorry.
You can also use French, Zsófia. So in your interviews, now I'm going to interview you. In your interviews, what did you discover?
I discovered that everybody feel more the essence of the theater now. That it's again more evident that the essence of theater, ce que l'essence du théâtre, c'est la présence. Donc c'est encore plus évident maintenant parce que et que le rencontre physique, charnelle et l'énergie qui se passe entre les êtres humains dans le moment présent, c'est ça l'essentiel du théâtre. Donc on ne peut pas vraiment faire de théâtre online. C'est impossible.
So there is more energy. So what you're saying is that now there is more energy. I'll do it also in English, so because other people will listen. So the energy of the creation of theater is still present. That's what you're saying, right? And also that but theater cannot really happen online. Something, if I can roughly translate that.
Yeah.
So
also, I have j'ai le sentiment c'est que
can we mostly of the people that will listen to this will speak English. So even with English, just use English and then some words in French, if you don't mind.
Okay.
You also in Italian.
Also in Italian, okay. And Hungarian, maybe?
Also Hungarian, which is I wish I could speak your language, which is beautiful. So, so the artists. So what are they doing? The artists that you have talked with.
So you know Julia because you spoke with Julia also. Donc she don't like very much this lockdown because it is not by choose. So she like when she can work alone, but now she don't feel the freedom in this situation, and but she still practice. And Tiziana, it is very specific because it is in Bergamo. You know Tiziana Barbiero. You know.
Yeah, I know her.
And
so Bergamo, which the COVID-19 was horrible in Bergamo, in Italy.
Yeah.
So how is she doing?
It was very touching. My mother just said me that she was in tears when she listened to Tiziana because the group lost Beppe. You know Beppe.
Yeah, of course.
He died, and they were together in the house of Beppe. But the city quite how it empty. Only ambulance circulated. So it was, I think, that a very special moment for all the group, and they cannot to open the theater to doing a good commemoration for Beppe. So now it is quite difficult for them. But she have many energy. She spoke about it. It was very beautiful that now their task is again more important after this suffering in Bergamo. So all community lived in suffering, and now after this period, the theater have a task again more urgent.
Right.
Yeah.
So will the Teatro Tascabile survive the death of Beppe and COVID-19?
I think that they will survive because, as she said also, that they have a big tradition, and they have masters, they have a knowledge, technical knowledge inside them. So I think that they have a passion for the theater. So I think that they will survive. I hope. Also, I hope.
Well, we hope so. We hope so. So you are in Hungary and work for the National Theatre of Budapest, right?
Yeah.
And so I assume this year you will not be able to present the festival midterm like every year. So what are you guys doing?
Maybe we will do it in September, but I think that no great possibility for this. But we will know it the next week, if it is possible to do the midterm edition, this edition at the end of September. But if not, all program will go to April. Next April, yeah.
2021. Wow. How you feel?
Great program. It is a great program now. Theodoros Terzopoulos, first time in Budapest. Great Theodoros Terzopoulos.
Oh, wow, wonderful.
Yeah, he's a great master. And Bob Wilson and other. Bob Wilson was already in Budapest, but Terzopoulos not yet. And who again? Valère Novarina again, and from Swiss also Omar Porras, Colombian Swiss master. So and also Bergamo was supposed to come with an Indian group to do Mahabharata full night.
That's wow. So Zsófia, could you send me the program that you had? I would love to see it and read more about these masters you guys were bringing in. So how are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Fine. I have a lot of tasks. I work. That is not really a retreat for me. So sometimes people speak about that they can read now, they can do everything now in the calm. It is not the case for me because I have two sons who are here. Eat lot. It's good. But I have always cooking and cleaning. But I practice, I sing, I do my practice with the Actara, so my yoga practice. And sometimes I read also. That's all. And I cultivate my garden.
Right, I remember your garden. Yeah, so you have time to cultivate the garden.
Yeah, but no rain here, so it is not very powerful. No rain. I don't know why this year is special.
Yeah. So I assume the theater is closed. Nobody is in there.
Mm-hmm. No, it's only the director Attila who is there, and some administrator. But I think that since next week it will start. We have to, and not also the technician group. They are doing the renovation and the little works. So, but not public not possible. So.
Right. So, in addition to your interviews, so who did you interview in addition to Julia and
Tiziana, Julia, Theodoros Terzopoulos.
Oh wow!
It is very, very beautiful also. Valery Fokin from Alexandrinsky Theatre, and who Eirik Stubo. He is a Sweden director who was in last season. He did with our group the Medea.
Medea, okay.
With an excellent actress of our group. So he did also. And maybe we'll again Ryzhakov, Viktor Ryzhakov, if we will follow, we will see. The director of Piccolo Teatro, maybe.
Oh, wow.
He wanted to give an interview, but he was very preoccupied by the administration work, you know, for the how is it? They are thinking about the future of Italian theater.
Right.
My mother. Do you remember?
Remember. Hi. How are you?
She speaks better in English.
To see you.
I am better.
Yeah.
Oh no, I forgot.
You forgot. Nice to see you. I'm glad that you're doing well. Yeah.
She is well. She is very more and more young, but she don't want to listen it because it is very sad for she.
Right. Oh, I understand.
Nice
to see you. Nice to see you.
She is a great actress who are doing each day she repeats each day the poetry. But also she started to learn about the quantum physics.
Oh, she's studying for quantum physics. So that's wonderful. So
it's better late than never.
It's better late than never. So how are you practicing your acting? Just with poetry?
I have worked in theater, but I like very much poetry.
Oh, you write poetry.
I have
performance, also the solo performance about from poetry.
A few performances with poetry and songs, but it's not now.
A Mahalia Jackson, azt énekeld már el neki, azt a Mahalia Jackson egy kicsit.
Melyik a Mahalia? Nem, melyik?
Hát,
Oh, nobody?
Aha. Na.
Oh, nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow. Oh, nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Glory, hallelujah. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Oh, yes, Lord. Sometimes I'm almost to the ground. Oh, yes, Lord. Oh, nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. Oh, nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Glory, hallelujah. you.
Oh,
Thank you. 86 years old.
beautiful. Oh my goodness. Thank you for this gift.
You have to do a performance with she or Roberto.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have a performance from Budapest to San Antonio.
Yeah.
Wow. How beautiful.
You will
Beautiful
come,
voice. Beautiful voice. Oh my
he's
goodness.
director of theater. The theater director. So.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
That's from my mother. She was singing when she was 94. She was
Wow.
still singing
Wow.
beautifully.
Wow. So it is in the family.
Yes, and I had a sister also who was very musical, has many musicality,
Yeah.
and beautiful voice, and we were singing the three together always at home, Mozart and so on. Folk songs and opera and everything. My mother working always with singing. When she worked, she in the kitchen. She was singing.
Always.
Always.
So in your career as an actress, did you sing a lot also?
When?
In her career as an actress, did she sing a lot?
Pályádon. Sokat énekeltél pályádon?
Not so much, but sometimes in musical, and for example in Ibsen Per Gynt, Solveig, and so that, but mostly prosa, not musical roles, but Chekhov and Shakespeare and so on.
So what were the best characters you played?
Még volt a legkedvesebb?
Nem akarsz levinni? Le akarsz?
For example, Chekhov.
Chekhov?
Király, the mother, the
Muet, Masha.
Oh, Masha. Yes, Masha. Yeah.
It was a great success for me because everybody told that I was the best in this production. So, and Shakespeare. Hogy amit akartuk. As You Like It, for example. As You Like It, Shakespeare.
As You Like It, yeah.
You Like It. And vízkereszt, vagy amit akartuk.
Nem tudom.
I cannot translate.
I don't know the title in English. Vízkeresztet. It is Viola and Olivia. I don't know.
Who is in love with the prince. And my partner was a very great actor, but he died early at 45 years old. Was suicide by train, before train. It was a very great actor, Jenny.
So he was with you in 12th Night? So you were playing viola, so that's 12th Night.
If I played with me in 4 play.
4 plays. Yeah.
Such a big love was one that was a Czechoslovak play.
And also Chekhov.
It was the first play with him, and Shakespeare, and so on.
Zsófia, could you tell your mother that I'm recording her, if it's okay for her? Zsófia, could you tell your mother that I'm recording her, if that is okay for me to record her? Because we didn't tell her.
Fölvehet téged?
Oh, of course. If you think so.
Of course. Well, I think that your experience as an actress, and also you have a daughter that is a dramaturg for a major theater in Hungary. Those experiences are important now to listen to better understand. So I'm glad that by chance you just came into the room. I'm so glad to be able to talk to you too. So thank you for the time.
Te is bejöttél.
Köszönöm szépen. Me too.
Fölvettem.
I'm happy to.
Fölvette az eddigit. Fölvette és nagyon köszöni, mert a
Fölvette? Oh.
Na, jó van, anya, visszaülök.
I finished my career.
Career, yes, career.
When I was
55
years old, and after no more theater, only a few one-man performance, one alone performance.
Right.
Few very good times there also. But theater I finished, and just like grandmother and mother, I live now.
So
I'm happy.
You're happy. That's important. That's important. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Well, she hasn't changed at all. I mean, the last time I saw her was 4 years ago, I believe, 3 years ago. Wow, it's wonderful. Thank you for sharing her with us. Such an energy.
Yeah, it is amazing. She have more energy like me, as me. So.
Yeah.
It's good.
So what? So you are going to continue to do your interviews, and probably the theater will open in September, probably.
Yeah. It is now. It will be the summer period, so it is normally also it is closed, the theater, and this year we wanted to close the theater 1st May. That is for the renovation. Right. So for us, accepted the Midterm Festival, who is a very regrettable that it was not happened. Accepted this, it was not so much problem for us close the theater now because of the working, inside working. But the problem that we have many dates in summer for summer tour, and it will not happen. So for the group is not so good. But maybe we will start to do some rehearsal. So we can start the rehearsal, but not the performances in summer. So
I see. Yeah. So, are you reading anything in particular now?
Reading?
Are you reading anything? Do you have some time to read just for fun?
Yeah, I do now the translation of Secret Art of Actor of Eugenio Barba.
Oh, wonderful.
That is the Finnish control. So it will be published, I hope, in September, maybe at the end of September. So that is the final period to work with this text, and that is important to publish it in Hungarian for the students, and that will be very useful for them. And I read the old text. I read now Hermes Trismegistos, the old spiritual text, because I find the answer for everything there. So Bhagavad Gita, Hermes Trismegistos, Upanishad. That is good for me.
So
I discovered a very great philosopher, Indian saint philosopher, Sri Aurobindo. He have a very powerful. He say, but so it is summary speaking. So I cannot speak about him because I am not competent. But the main philosophy that he said that for the human being, it is not the last state of evolution. So it is not the last. The human will have a transformation for a higher state, and it will be so much difference between the human now and between the new
human
than as between the I don't know the name in English, singe. What is it, singe in monkey, between monkey and human now. So much different. So I think that we have to go vertically. So horizontally, it is not possible to save us. Horizontally, not issue. Horizontally, I think. So we have to change the direction vertically and inside.
Inside, yeah. So the Eastern philosophy is helping you cope with this crisis.
With?
Right?
Crisis.
The reading the Eastern philosophy is helping you.
Yeah. This crisis, yeah. Yeah, I am not in crisis.
You're not
I am not in crisis. I am very. I feel touched by the tragedy. So I see that a lot of tragedy now in the world, but I not identify me with the body. So I think that it is not for the people also who died. It is not the end. It is a transformation that is tragic. But I sincerely believe that no one of our hair lost without the divine volunty. So I think that I try to transform this situation for something better, because it is a bad situation also, but we can transform it and come back to the nature, come back to normal, so not consummation life, but natural life, natural rhythm. So I realized that our rhythm is much more slow what was in this tourbillon.
You're right. So you're saying that we are going through a transformation, and that we cannot go. When you talk about horizontal versus vertical, what do you mean by horizontal?
Horizontal, I mean that we cannot find a place where where we will be safe. We cannot go to the forest, to the what is it, the moon.
The moon.
Everywhere and save us with the technology, with something. I think that only possibility is change completely the conscient.
Yeah.
The mind. That is little bit. That is little bit the Buddhist philosophy also, that how you thinking now, how you are now in the present, your future will be like this. So if or St. Francis for me, sometimes for me the Fioretti, the St. Francis, that is inside the Fioretti,
right.
Inside. So if you can cultivate a Fioretti, I don't know, a garden of flowers here.
Yeah, Fioretti is like Fioretti with for San Francesco is like a desire, right? That's what it is, a fioretto, right? That's what you're talking about. Yeah.
And as you if you arrive to cultivate this garden of flower inside, it will be influence the outside also. That is, I think that is our responsibility now to work with us. So I go in the chapel. Sometimes I sing, or sometimes I only try to be compassionate with my sons. That is also
which is difficult.
Which is difficult, but so that is the little small things, but the small things can change the world.
Right. So do you think that art, in addition to Eastern philosophy, can help?
Yeah.
And how?
Art is also a kind of food for me. It is a spiritual food. It is very important also. So it is not only we are not only need of the material things, but the true thinking can give us energy. Even if I think, for example, even the singing is that is amazing how the humanity forgetted to sing. All times people sang so much more. Like now, Béla Bartók, Béla Bartók, right. The great composer of Hungarian composer who lived in US. He said that the phonograph is a very, very great invention. It is very good object, but if the humanity will forget, because the phonograph will forget to singing, so that is a damned object, and that's happened. So because of radio, television, everything, I don't know the technique, we forget to sing. The young people always with the listening the music,
Right.
but very few are singing. So because of the technique, I think that is like this. And I am very hostile for toward the microphone, you know, because the voice, the energy of the voice, it is very important for me in the theater also. Though I hate the microport, for example. I don't like it. I know that it is sometimes very useful because of visual theater. It is useful, but the energy of the voice, it is not so powerful in this case with the microphone. So it is.
Right. Yes. So in a way, you are saying also that we have become more consumers of the art, and because we consume it so easily, we have forgot to practice it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when we practice it, at times we use the technology that makes the outcome of our art not pure, mediated by technology. And that is a problem.
I think that if we can, after this difficulty, after this crisis, we can go back for the more simple things. As for me, you know, I started to practice with Parvati the Ektara. For me, this one string, it is so powerful for me. This one string, only one string, and you can go with one string. You can go deeply, very deeply, and sometimes it's arrived for me that I don't wanted even to eat because I was so full of songs and energy. And I think that every human is artist. Every human being is artist, but we don't practice. So that is.
So, but now that we are close home, we are more active with practicing the art. Can that help us, in your opinion?
Me, it's helped me. I don't know for the other. Of course, that is difficult to start. I think that is difficult to start because I have the chance because I was prepared for this change. You know that I chose to work for the theater only half time last year, so I did a step behind. I don't know, and I was 2 days by week in my house alone, and it was good because these 2 days I was always in silence. So I was prepared to the lockdown in some kind, and what is the difficulty for the people now that it was too much suddenly. It happened too much suddenly for the people, so no possibility to change the custom, the mind, and that is difficult. So I pray for everybody to can survive and find the artist inside. Everything is inside us. So all universe is inside us. So
Right.
What do you think about Roberto?
Well, I have a similar idea that within ourselves we have the universe, and we are all one. We are at one, and that, you know, just paraphrasing what you just said, we cannot forget that we forgot to really appreciate art, to do art, and art has become like the economy, something to consume rather than practice.
Mm.
And one thing that is concerning to me is that the project that I am working on, that is part of these interviews, is called Performing Human Rights. So as you know, there are so many artists, so many theater companies and performances that deal with, with very important issues.
Mm-hmm.
Form of abuse and form of violence. And that now the artist is not able to tell those stories, so that these people that are marginalized or they are at risk, they were at risk before. Now they are even worse at risk because there isn't the voice of the performer,
Mm-hmm.
of the artist, to share their experiences and for us to attempt to help them or to change, to be aware of what's happening and to change for the best.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that I am preoccupied, because I do see the artists that they want, an artist never stops, as you know, right? Your mother stopped acting professionally when she was 55, but she's still an actress. She's always going to be an actress, as she demonstrated to us. So that's how I feel. I am a little bit concerned that some stuff, some negative, some violence is done even more now to people that are less privileged than us, and then nobody's there to tell their stories. I'm worried, I'm concerned about that. But at the same time, I know that I feel that this moment is important. What you said is so beautiful, because you said I was prepared. I started working part-time since last year, and I spend at least 2 days of my week in silence. So when the pandemic hit Hungary, you were ready, and the others were not ready. But now we all had a chance to stay home and hopefully to stay in silence. And probably this will have the same benefit to others that has had to you. So that I do think, and I, like you, that there is going to be a transformation.
Mm-hmm.
And this going inside is important. Oh, I am absolutely with you in that.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes, because you can say that maybe I speak easily, but I have to share with you that my situation is not so sure, because I don't have money. So I am with 2 sons without reserve. So if my work and my work is not enough for me now, because I did the translation with the half time work for the theater. I did each month the translation, but now it is not possibility for the translation for the film and everything. So easily I can be in a situation when I have to send my sons to work physically, or maybe myself too. I have to work physically, because I don't want to go in credit. It is not for me. But no reserve, no idea from where I will keep, because we live at the 1 month to other month, so it was not That is the situation for many people here in Hungary, I think, and many people is in the credit. So it is worst like me. But I say this because I think that sometimes I am anxious, so I don't. I am not always very courageous. Sometimes I am anxious how I will find a new way to work, maybe in a completely other territory, maybe in agriculture. Maybe I have to eat what I will find in my garden. So something. I say just this because I think that it is a big crisis now, and I understand the people who are in the engagement, because we have maybe start a new life, a completely new life. And I have 50 years old, so I have to start a new life. But I am curious. I am curious. Let's see what is the new life will give me. So just to precise that I am not in the luxurious situation to doing the to philosophy but I am in the curiosity if I will be able to survive and to keep my peace in the extreme situation also, because it is now it is just the beginning now, I think. Then it is not the virus who is the much more problem for the poor countries. For example, Hungary, a lot of people are poor because of the ancient communism. So it was too much, 40 years communism and Soviet conquest. So the people don't have reserve. Reserve is in
right.
English.
Yeah, reserve.
So a lot of people lost the works. Many works will be superfluous.
Superfluous, yes.
Yes, and we have to thinking about what is the necessary works. What is the maybe some artists have to go for a farm and start to grow the vegetable, and some great master, for example, Mintanaka, the Buto master, he has a farm, bio farm, and half day the actors, the dancers, they were doing the agricultural works, and it was the training for them.
Oh, wonderful! Wow.
They worked with, in the cultivate the rice, but it was a kind of training.
That's beautiful. So so how is the political situation in Hungary? We read from the newspapers that Orban has taken full control, full power. Can you talk about that or not?
I can talk, but I will don't be very politically correct, because I will say that the image about Orban, it is very manipulated. So the Hungarian people are mostly satisfied with the government. They were 3 times voted this government, and sometimes I find this ridiculous. For example, that every the youngest from Occidental countries, from France and I don't know, Germany and from everywhere, come to Budapest each weekend to do the fiesta and drinking a lot, and after they come back in their countries, and they have the in the media that they were in a fascist or dictatorial countries. So that is, you understand me, that is not possible. The feeling in Budapest, it is free for me. Of course, some people are not agree surely with me, who most of many people who has a priority in all the time, they are not satisfied, and they are very powerful to send an image from Hungary. This coming from inside. A lot of time it is not from exterior, but from inside also. The opposite. Some intellectuals they give image. I think that a little bit manipulated, and that is not my feeling. I feel that that is a free country. We have a strong government, but it is many times useful no, because they can manage the crisis. And I think that is almost the moment to forget about the political opposite, and if our country will not understand that it is a chance to work together and forget about the opposite, it will be sad for us. But I think that is in each, maybe Italy also the same, I don't know. So I experimented this in France, that the image about Orban, it is a little bit too much I don't find the word unifié. I don't know in French, unifié.
So the image is too much on the right. The political spectrum is not correct. You don't feel that you are, because the image that what I understand of Hungary and Orban is that he has full power, and so there is an assumption that if someone has full power, he's a dictator, so that Hungary has become a fascist regime. But you are telling me that's not correct.
No, it is not. It is far away.
Far away.
And now the situation that Budapest have a new director. I don't know what is the mayor, who is the opposite of Orban. So now the equilibrium maybe is little bit better, because it is good to have the multi force to equilibrate. And I don't say that we don't have awake about the politics. We have to be awake awake, awaken,
Call.
awaken. Yeah.
Awaken. Yeah.
Awaken. When I feel something in the culture what I don't like, I say. So I can say. So that is not. I am not. I can say, and I will always say. So. But each side, I don't really believe in the political side. No.
The right.
Gosh and
right and left. Right and left.
And left. I don't very believe it. I think that is past. Now it is impossible to say who is right, who is left. I don't believe it, and I find very great people in the other in the each side, and I find also very careerist and aggressive people in each side. So that is. I don't really believe in party politics, and it is not my interest. I find it. I try to find larger people, more spiritual. Political level. It is not the higher level of humanity. Much more artistic level, for example, for me, or spiritual level, it is much more higher. So I try to find this level.
So for you, theater should be more spiritual than political.
Yeah. Yeah. That is also a political truth. If I say that, it is also a political truth that I will do more spiritual theater, or metaphysical theater. That is the truth. And when I don't see the television and don't read the newspaper, that is because I say that I don't want to poison,
yeah.
Poison me. I don't want.
That's
so. How I choose my food, the real food. I am vegetarian now, and so that is very important also to alimент you with the good thinking, with the beautiful. That is not that you want to go away from the reality. It is not that. You see the reality. You can. See, that is easy. The politics, it is not so complex. You can see that there is the people very aggressive. There is some interest, and you can read each day 3 lines by internet, and you will know about the situation. Politics is not so complex. Much more interesting the philosophical and artistic thinking, I think.
So, what is the perception that? Well, you said that you don't read much of the news, or you are not much on the internet and all that in terms of the social media. So, what is your perception of what is happening in America? From there,
I don't know very well about it.
Okay.
I don't know very well about it. I think that I am a limited person. I am a mother in my family. I have my limited circle where I have to arrange the things. So when I don't want to say about a country which which is not in my knowledge. I am not competent. So because each country have other historical context, and without know the historical context, you cannot to do the judgment. So I don't try to to judge it, because I cannot.
Right. No, I appreciate it.
This is your work. That is your work.
Yeah, that's my work, right? I am here, so I'm doing that. Yeah. Well, Zsófia, thank you very much for taking the time. Thank you.